Today is Friday, the 8th of August, 2008, and this is Brian Shannon from AlphaTrends.net. The market's just closed, and the volatility continues here with the S&P 500 today gaining just over 2%. As you can see here, it was finally able to push past that 129 level and add a higher high to this pattern of higher lows that we've been observing on the daily and the intraday time frames. We see that each time the market's pulled back, the buyers have been showing up at higher levels, and today the buyers got aggressive enough to push past the supply at 129, and that's at least for now. 129 has that resistance has been broken, so the market on the 30 minute, 10 minute, etc. time frames is in an uptrend. Now it could still reverse, so you have to be aware of that. In particular, when we have a declining 50-day moving average, generally speaking, these rallies do tend to fail, but the only thing that pays in price, and short term, the trend is higher. Right from the beginning today, buyers took control of this market here on the 1 minute time frame. It pulled back briefly to that daily VWAP, then another push higher, consolidated for about a couple hours in here through the noon hour, and then the buyers came back in and closed up close to the highs of the session. So now that the market is back above this 129 level, we have to look at this as our potential level of support near 120. I'd say probably about 128 and a half to 129. Below that, we've got these higher lows that have again defined this emerging uptrend that we see on the shorter term time frames. Back to the daily time frame, if we take a look at where this market has the potential to go, just based on some Fibonacci, we could take this high down to this low, and you can see we're right up at that. Right now, we're at the 38.2% retracement of this move right here. So from here to here, we've retraced right now 38.2%, and we're right at that declining 50-day moving average. So you can't go out still and just become wildly aggressively bullish on this market. There's still a lot of mixed signals on multiple time frames. Yesterday we had a down day. It looked like the market was maybe setting up for further weakness, but today those buyers came back in and saved it by pushing it back above that 5-day moving average, establishing this higher low in here, and this low is going to be important, obviously, as is, like I said, the 128.5 to 129 level. As long as we maintain above 128.5, I think, early next week, then we have the possibility we could continue to add to these gains. The market continues to be supported by lower oil prices. The USO was down $3.46 today. As I said the last couple of days, a lot of times it's the 30-week or 150-day moving average where buyers may show up. Moving averages aren't automatically support or resistance. They're an area where we want to watch the action more carefully on a shorter term time frame to see if the buyers are showing up. Right now on the 10-minute time frame, there is no evidence that the buyers are showing up. We still have this declining 5-day moving average, so the intermediate term trend is still guilty till proven innocent. Same concept on the S&P 500. Just because we're at a 50-day moving average, and a lot of times they do act, that average does act as resistance, doesn't mean it will be. It doesn't mean you want to sell short right at that number. It means you want to watch the action carefully on a shorter term time frame to see if there's evidence that the sellers are there. When the sellers do show up and take control, that's when you want to take action. But right now, if you're selling short because it's at a 50-day declining 50-day moving average, or because it's at the 38.2% retracement of this move, then you're early, and a lot of times these markets can squeeze the shorts for a couple days, and you can have big losses by being early. So don't sell short yet. Again, it's still a trader's market that's been sending mixed messages for most of the year here on multiple time frames. So again, I'm going to repeat that you have to act very quickly in this market. The financials were up 66 cents today. Again, I still think that there's not much advantage to trading these stocks, and so I don't want to spend too much time on them. The main theme really here for the financials is that it's going to take time to heal the damage done, and it will continue to pass time by consolidating and back and forth filling, up and down volatility. So better left for the more aggressive traders in there. The Russell 2000 was up $1.88. This market pushed past that level of resistance we've been watching at 72 and a half. It made that higher high. It also leapt above the 200-day moving average for the first time in what looks like since back in here. Last time we had it above the 200-day moving average, though, it led to a big sell-off. Right now, there's nothing suggesting that a sell-off is coming, but we want to be aware. We want to be alert. From failed moves often come fast moves like we saw back here in June. So again, cautiously optimistic. We've still got a damaged market on the weekly time frame, but it's starting to become a lot more neutral in here as well, with all these moving averages crossing back and forth above and below each other. So for now, the buyers are in control, and it looks like there should be higher prices going forward in the IWM, getting back probably below 72, I would say at this point. Breaking below $72 a share would be reason for concern, and then of course this 71 level, because we have these higher lows in here, and what would break this uptrend is a lower low. So breaking below 71 would be damaging to this strength that we have here. But right now, again, on the 10-minute time frame, on the 2-minute time frame, on the 1-minute time frame, there's nothing that suggests any weakness. It's just time to be careful, time to be trading cautiously optimistic to the upside. The strongest market group right now is the NASDAQ 100. The Qs here, right up to the declining 200-day moving average, they leapt above the 50-day moving average, and as I've been saying, just because the 50-day moving average is declining, I do still like to say guilty till proven innocent. It doesn't mean sell short. It means view it very not necessarily pessimistically, but maybe more with just more caution, I guess, is the proper way to look at it. We're right up to the 200-day moving average, so it's impressive that it was able to power through that 50-day moving average. I'm sure it got a lot of people stuck in there who weren't believers that it could get past that level, but really the market broke past the resistance at, let's switch to a 30-minute time frame. Let me just clear up these lines from yesterday, but it did break past this level of resistance at that $46.10, $46 a share, and today or yesterday it got down to that level. It was looking like maybe it was in jeopardy of reversing back to the downside, but instead the buyers came back in at this market. Resistance broken, did act as support. That further this today's test of this level makes it even more important going forward as far as a potential level of support for this market. So 46 is going to be important early next week. We're above the 50-day moving average, above the 200-day moving average. If we take a look at some Fibonacci lines on here, let's go like this. We can see that this market has retraced more than 50%, maybe heading up to 61.8% of the move. There were some great movers in the market this week. A lot of the stocks we looked at last Sunday were big movers, and what I'm going to do tomorrow afternoon, Saturday that is, at 6 p.m. Eastern on Saturday, August 9th, I'm going to have another live market ideas event on my site. Check out alphatrends.net for how to get on there. It's again only going to be for people who've purchased the book, because those are the people who can ask the questions that are relevant to the setups, and more also as inducement to purchase that book if you haven't done so already. I will post let me see, I'll grab a copy of the book, and the first word on page 50 is going to be the password to get into that event. So I will talk to you on Saturday afternoon at 6 p.m. live.